It's summer 1996. McDonald's is a fast food chain for the whole family, and kids in particular absolutely love the restaurants. But the company is worried. What if the restaurants become too kid-friendly? They don't want to be the Toys R Us of saturated fats. They want to be fast food for everyone. So they expand their product line, and McDonald's launches a new burger, specifically for adults.
It starts with a full quarter-pound of beef, with fresh toppings, our chef sauce, on a bakery soft roll.
McDonald's Arch Deluxe, America's favorite new burger.
I'm in the zone.
This burger was in development for years, and hundreds of millions of dollars were poured into its marketing. At the time, no one could have guessed that the Arch Deluxe would become the biggest failure in the company's history.
The Arch Deluxe.
It really
sucks.
How did this happen, and what can we learn from it? In the mid-1990s, the burger wars were raging in the U.S.
A regular burger at McDonald's, they make it with 20% less meat than Burger King. Unbelievable.
Burger King and Wendy's were growing in popularity and gaining customers. Although McDonald's was significantly larger, its sales in the U.S. were declining year after year. Was the restaurant really about to be dethroned as the king of fast food? It couldn't be allowed to come to that. At McDonald's headquarters, minds were racing. What do Wendy's and Burger King have that McDonald's doesn't? The corporate leadership thinks it knows the answer: burgers for adults. By the 1990s, McDonald's had evolved into a family-friendly fast food restaurant with a clear focus on children. They want to get their hands on the coveted Happy Meals and let off steam with their new toys in the sticky ball pit. And if they're lucky, they might even spot Ronald the Clown. Parents are usually just dragged along by their children. There's no special offering for them. McDonald's executives agree things can't go on like this. So they bring in reinforcements.
That's a big bite for a big arch.
Gourmet chef Andrew Savaggio begins working as head chef for McDonald's in 1994. Prior to that, he had run the kitchen at the Pump Room, one of Chicago's most legendary and upscale restaurants. Now he's developing burgers for the chain. For over a year, he tinkers with the perfect burger for adults. Suddenly, he had an idea. Fluffy burger buns made from potato flour, topped with sesame seeds with sweet, extra fancy tomato ketchup in between, 113 grams of beef, classic American cheese, a slice of tomato, a whole fresh lettuce leaf, sweet Spanish onions, and last but not least, the new secret sauce for adults. Some might say the secret sauce was just mustard mixed with mayo, but foodies could then top off the masterpiece with a round slice of peppered bacon for just 20 cents. The Arch Deluxe is born. The new burger for adults is sampled in focus groups. The participants love it. McDonald's sees this as validation and goes all in. The company spends $200 million on countless TV commercials, giant billboards, and ads in newspapers and magazines. To this day, it remains one of the largest marketing campaigns ever in the fast food industry. A lavish launch event is held at the renowned Radio City Music Hall in New York, heralding a new era. Andrew Salvaggio introduces his burger, the Rockettes pay tribute to the Arch Deluxe, and Ronald wears a tuxedo with oversized dress shoes because it's funny. Unbeknownst to anyone, the CEO predicts that the Arch Deluxe could bring in $1 billion in its first year alone. On May 9th, 1996, the first Arch Deluxe was handed over the McDonald's counter to an eager customer. The campaign was in full swing. The marketing is designed to appeal primarily to adults, since the burger is, after all, for adults. Ronald is now playing golf, and since adults in the 90s loved to dance the iconic Macarena, there's now also the Deluxe line dance. The commercials make it clear that the burger is definitely not meant for little kids, but is only appealing to older customers. Reactions to the burger, however, have been mixed. The Washington Post writes that Arch Deluxe sounds like the kind of guy your mom would forbid you from dating. The taste is also controversial.
This new burger they got out, the Arch Deluxe, you know what? There's definitely a saying for that. The Arch Deluxe.
It really sucks.
While some customers praise the burger, many find it less than impressive. Some even describe it as bland. Many burger connoisseurs also rate the secret mustard mayo sauce as bland. At the same time, the burger isn't exactly cheap compared to the competition. Back then, it cost somewhere between $2.19 and $2.49. At Wendy's and Burger King, there are plenty of burgers for under $2. Following the spectacular launch of the Arch Deluxe, things quickly went quiet on the company's end. How was the new burger selling? Did it truly mark a second turning point for the company? 4 months later, an internal memo surfaced. In it, the CEO at the time claimed that the Arch Deluxe was a success and that sales figures were well above expectations. That same month, 3 more burgers were launched. 2 with chicken, 1 with fish. The Deluxe line is being expanded, so things must be going pretty well, or is it simply too late to backtrack? In the 1996 annual report, the company reassures everyone that everything is going well. Despite the $200 million marketing budget, they had never had huge expectations anyway. The burgers were doing what they were meant to do: solidify McDonald's position as a restaurant for both children and adults. But as spectacularly as the Deluxe line made its debut, it failed just as miserably and disappeared just as quickly. Shortly after the annual report was released, the burgers were promoted with aggressive discounts. By 1998, the Arch Deluxe was available only at a few select locations in the US. In August 2000, it disappeared completely from the menu. The burger had lasted only 4 years. What happened here? The fundamental problem was the narrow focus on adults. McDonald's blindly fixated on the luxurious, grown-up taste. In focus groups, testers had loved the flavor, so the company assumed that adult McDonald's customers would accept and love it too. But that would be too simplistic. Individual focus groups are often not a good way to gauge the opinion of a broad demographic. As a rule, you need significantly more people to get a representative answer. Apart from that, the chain has completely ignored what adult customers actually want from McDonald's. Why do people eat fast food? McDonald's should have asked itself this fundamental question. Good marketing is based on needs. What do customers hope to achieve by visiting McDonald's? Most likely, they want a meal that's affordable, quick, filling, and delicious. What products do you develop based on such attributes? And which ones do you communicate? A large, luxurious burger can obviously work. Just look at the countless variations offered today by major fast food chains, such as the Bacon Lover Burgers. But the clearly advertised attributes here are filling and delicious. They are also more expensive and larger, and thus perhaps already subtly geared toward an older clientele that the brand aims to attract. But do adults feel drawn to something just because it's explicitly for adults? Ronald McDonald in a suit or playing golf is just weird. To adults, Ronald looks like a clown in a suit. To children, his new look no longer made him seem like their hero, the embodiment of fun and joy, but rather as if he had distanced himself and moved on. This transformation of their own advertising icon came across, in part, as a satire of itself. At the same time, every clip makes it very clear that the Arch Deluxe isn't for kids. Kids even find it gross. Here, one has to ask fundamentally whether one should show in one's own advertisements how people don't like one's own product. McDonald's really blew it with the Arch Deluxe. Driven by panic and nervousness in the face of competition, they bet everything on a single menu item that cost hundreds of millions. But the company learned from its mistakes. Half the executive team was subsequently replaced. And in the early 2000s, the campaign that would cement McDonald's position at the top of the fast food industry forever was launched. Today, the Arch Deluxe is pure nostalgia. There are videos of people recreating the iconic burger, and recipes can be found all over the internet. What McDonald's product from your childhood do you still remember? Let me know in the comments, and feel free to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the story and don't want to miss anything else. Take care.